Assassin's Creed Rebellion, headquarters management. I have many requests to show my headquarters and see how do I manage it, so I'm doing that. So anyway, this is my main headquarter buildings, and as you know, there are 3 headquarter buildings. So I keep this empty because I never come here. And of course, the first one I arranged some rooms that I use like every day, or not every day, just every day several times. And in the second wing, in the middle wing, I use some rooms that I sometimes use. For example, so I arrange like training room in the bottom, promotion room, and on top of this, sleeping, some bedrooms. Anyway, they need to take rest and train and take rest. Yes, and promote, do some rituals. Anyway, the assassins, they don't eat, so they don't need to have any like kitchen or any restaurant. Also, they don't need to eat restroom, because as they don't eat, they don't do other things, right? So we don't need to clean their restroom, so we only should send them to sleep. Anyway, this room I rare to use, so it's like maybe sometimes every day, not really every day. So here is the main wing, and I arrange it in this way. So in the top I put the most quiet rooms: library for the Codex research, Treasury, and Intel room. As you know, the Intel room is the most important room in your headquarters. And later I put some like alchemy, some chemistry room, and later 3 crafting, and in the bottom storage, and the like this resource supply room. Okay, so anyway, of course you should assign the correct characters and what the importance of the rooms. If you actively play in the game, so the most important room is this one, Intel room, because you get the Intel, you can go for the missions, you can go XP and anything else. You don't have Intel, you just wait. So number 2 is probably Treasury, but for me it's library is the most important. But the Treasury, it's also this room, like Intel room and Treasury and library, you should gather resources all the time. For example, it can make full. Like for example, my you see, Intel room would get full in 5 hours, my Treasury will get full in 4 hours, and the library. So I will show you later. So firstly, which characters to assign to the Intel room. Basically, you check when you the game automatically offers you the best choices. They are mostly on the right. So if you want the worst choices, go to the right, and but the best choice is on the left. Okay. So as you can see, there is the productivity index. So the best with the productivity index is Flora. So I assign her to this Intel room. However, Flora has another perks for the Treasury. However, my Treasury is always like full, and so I don't get Treasury. If you have lack of coins, so you should definitely assign Flora to Treasury. Also, it's depend on your level. So you should rank up stars more to get productivity up, and you should level up and rank up, so both. So at the moment, as you see, the best 2 guys for my Intel room, Flora and Rosa. I just didn't realize I always keep like Louis, because Louis was, I rank him the first, and Louis was the highest productivity index. However, once you pass the rare characters and come to the epic, so it will come to the Flora and later to the Rosa. Rosa at the beginning, she's very good for the supply, for resources gathering, but basically I don't care about resources anymore. I will show you. Just I have plenty of wood, plenty of stone I don't need. So let's say this way, probably there are some more legendaries will come with the better productivity index, but so far from the epic I see Flora and Rosa. Yeah, and from the rare is Louis. There are no characters with the special headquarter perk for the Intel room, so you just simply use the productivity index. Unsafe changes. No, I should confirm it. Okay, now let's go to the Treasury. So the Treasury, you also do is exactly the same. You check the characters which are to the left, and mostly you choose them. But here's the point. There are many characters with some treasury perks. Some of them increase the size of the treasury. For example, now I have 8,000 if I choose, because I choose both guys who increase the size of the treasury. So, but some guys, they will just speed up. For example, speed up, increase. But Rodrigo is the best because he speed up and increase. So what also I need, basically I need to level up Rodrigo to rise his productivity index. However, I just, seriously, I have too many coins. I don't have lack of coins. So here's the point, how to assign characters to the treasury. You can assign the fastest one. Let's say, for example, I replace, there are Flora, of course, will be the fastest. So, and you can get to the time to the maximum capacity around 2 hours. But look, here's the problem. You should every 2 hours come and check, come and collect. So I would prefer sometimes go increase the treasury size as much as possible and averagely collect, because even 4 hours, I cannot collect every 4 hours. Look, for example, I need to sleep at least 8 hours, right? I don't want to middle of the night. Also during the daytime, mostly I just don't check it. So I prefer to get like bigger. And of course, Rodrigo make bigger and faster, so that's making sense. Of course, I can change Rodrigo to the Maya. That capacity will be even bigger. Maybe it's even also makes sense. You see, bigger capacity, 4 hours. But anyway, I just keep Rodrigo here because he belongs in here. Rodrigo has the most, like can say, legendary this perk. So increase capacity and generate coins faster. And of course, with rank up, it will just go to the very high level. Where is rank up? So once you rank up Rodrigo, you can see it will increase storage capacity by 20% and generate coins 15% faster. So Flora is very good, but I keep her in the Intel room. Unsafe changes again. Did I change somebody? No. Okay, so now let's go to the library. For the library, for me, the best is also choose characters on the left. The best is a Gaspar. So there are, of course, Machiavelli, Jamie, but I cannot rank them as much as Gaspar. So I use Gaspar and he generates like 8 this large codex in 4 hours. If I choose, for example, Machiavelli, it's a little bit longer. If I choose like normal character, like can say Louis, it's 5 hours. So of course it's making sense to choose the right character. It's 4 hours to generate the codex. So Gaspar, for me, Gaspar is always stay here and belong here because I progress him, rank up him fast, and he's common. So he's very useful here. Well, other rooms, Alchemy, well, I don't really craft every time because I have a lot of... so for the Alchemy, also you choose the guys. the Alexei is crafting there is speed up, and this crafting cheaper. So Gershon crafting cheaper. So usually I just use both of them. But of course, you just assign them in the right sequence. For example, you firstly assign Alexei because Alexei is doing what? Is all heroes craft 30 minutes less. So you assign him first, so the Gershon will craft faster. For example, if I choose Gershon, Gershon will craft 3 hours 30 minutes. Now look here. So I assign this one first, and later the Gershon. The same, and later the Gershon. It's, you see, just 30 minutes later, and Gershon also craft cheaper. I usually craft potions like that 30% potion. Why? Because I need 30% for rush, and basically for others I don't care. I just have so many potions from the missions, from the rewards, from the chests, and a bunch of them. So when you craft some gear, it's also mostly I have like 2 crafting spaces. So if you craft many gear, multiple gear, so firstly assign somebody who will speed up the crafting process. For example, if I want to craft for the achievement some armors, so I will firstly assign for example, like Domingo will speed up the crafting, and later I will use, for example, I craft Domingo, and later I will for the second weapon I will use craft Alvaro, because Alvaro is crafting cheaper, right? So that is why I have many coins. I always save on everything. So anyway, I craft this stiletto or weapons rank 1, or even this gear rank 1. I do this for the achievement, because I need to craft 500 of items. So here you see for the gear also somebody faster, somebody cheaper. Actually, Lucas is a very good crafter and a very good headquarters perk. So he's crafted 40 minutes less. So yeah, so for simple gear, everybody crafted just in no time. So anyway, if you want to choose and check the productivity index, so what we have. So here we discuss. That one, supply room. I don't gather supplies because you see I have 500,000 of wood and bunch stones, and I build everything, so I don't need it. So, but basically, when you assign heroes, firstly, for example, Alonso, because he will speed up the next one, and later. For example, another one, Yusuf will, Alonso will speed up him, and he will gather resources faster by himself. So anyway, this is very obvious. So anyway, what is also I want to tell you, go to this assignment to review all the heroes. When you get a lot of heroes, this kind of useful, because, for example, you check the productivity, you sort by productivity, and you see the productivity: Flora, Rosa, Luis, Gaspar. So, but you can see that Yusuf, like Flora's productivity is almost double than the Gaspar, or double from the Claudia. Maybe Claudia will later rank up better, but for the guys, you see that guys rank 5, Yusuf, Gaspar, Luis, Rosa, Flora, the Flora, 559. Later, for the training room, you need this one, brain, like IQ. So, but it's how they train faster. But also, some guys have another perks. For example, Luciano have this perk. He will speed up other characters and he will make other characters cheaper to train cheaper. But basically, Luciana is trained the fastest. Later, Aguilar and something. So you check IQ. Let's see who is the slowest IQ. Lowest IQ. I remember it was okay. Faris, of course, maybe it's not fair comparison because Faris is only like rank 2 and Jin rank 1, but mostly I remember Gershon. Probably the lowest IQ is Gershon. He looks silly, and even at the rank 4 and you see level 31, his IQ is just, he's training like forever. Productivity. So crafting, for example, choose the crafting. You see the best crafter is Lucas. Later, surprisingly, Luciano. Luciano has no crafting perks, but he's crafting pretty fast. Also Beatrice. I usually choose Beatrice before craft her own weapons. Kazim, Aguilar, yeah. So also you can sort by perks and see who is what kind of perks characters have, what kind of perks are available. There are also perks that promote characters faster. So normally if you go, I don't have some characters to promote now to show you, but basically the promoters are Claudia and a lot of like these legendaries like Machiavelli. Who else a good promoter? I remember Maria is good promoter. Anyway, Girolamo. So usually if you go to the promotion room, the game will suggest you the best promoters, and you simply click, click, click and choose the shortest time, and that's it. So, well, it's not difficult to manage a room, just assign the correct characters and collect on time. I don't know why the game is made this way, because for example the intel, which is the most rare resource and the most scarce resource, you should collect it like 5 hours every 4-5 hours. And well, shouldn't we sleep? Because you know, even assassins are sleeping. You see, and they sleep for maybe, I don't know, 8 hours. No, assassins don't sleep 8 hours. They collect intel every 4 hours. Hope the Region 5 will enable more of the rooms. I don't know what it will be here, maybe toilet or something. But anyway, obviously, as I see that they will, from the Region 5, they will enable the second slot in the library. Because if you look at the Jaria, she has a perk to speed up another character in the library, so it's already planned. Well, that's how I manage my headquarters, and hope you will have a nice game.